Hey everybody, welcome to Grace with Paul Gray. Had a little vacation time with my family and we're back in the saddle here now with Grace with Paul Gray. And we're doing a thing I'm going to call the best of intentions, grace intentions. I want to start out by asking, what do you intend to do today? Have you given it any thought? Like, well, I intend to do my job, do the laundry, make plans, get together with friends, hang out, mow the yard, watch a movie, chill, work on or complete a project, start a diet, have a hard conversation with a friend. What do you intend? A recent study by a major university said that we make about 35,000 decisions a day. Wow. Now, most of them, of course, are real small. But I think a valid question is, do we give those decisions any thought? When you intend to do something, that's a different level of living. You have purpose. You know what you want. You set out to do it. Like, I intend to clean my house today. We've been gone for a week. We're having company for dinner. My wife's doing all the meal planning, the preparation, and the cooking, and my responsibility is to clean the house and then clean the dishes and clean the kitchen after dinner. It needs it. I want to do it. I'll make time to do it. That's my intention. I believe I'll do it. I have faith that I'll do it. It's important that I do it. I will do it. I intend to do it. Now, I can tell you from experience that having an intention like that is a pretty easy thing to do. I mean, come on. I may not do it perfectly. I may not get it done to everybody's expectation, but I intend to do it. And unless some type of emergency comes up, I'll do it. There's no problem there. But what about things of real importance that we intend to do? I call them grace intentions, the best of intentions. Steve McVey, great author and teacher, friend of mine, and many of you, talks a lot about quantum physics and how that explains things of God that have been a mystery up until now. And of course, we'll never know the whole mystery. But he talks about how in the quantum world, intentions are the same thing as the word we use in religion, the word faith. So we're talking about grace intentions, having faith to do something. Like, how about something like being patient? I can tell you from experience, it's a whole lot easier cleaning the house and cleaning the dishes and the kitchen and all of that after dinner for 8 people than it is being patient, right? So what I tend to do is to adopt the thinking from the old song Bill Bailey. In the days when I played music for a living and had a Dixieland jazz band, we wore hats like this. And one of the songs I sang and my band played was, "Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey?" It appears that Mrs. Bailey had kicked him out. She'd done him wrong, and now she wants to make up for it, so she pleads for him to come home, and she sings, "Won't you come home, Bill Bailey? Please come on home. I've moaned the whole night long." Then she makes a promise. "I'll do the cooking, honey. I'll pay the rent. I know I've done you wrong. Remember that rainy evening I drove you out with nothing but a fine-tooth comb? Well, I'd know that I'm to blame. Oh, ain't that a dirty shame? Bill Bailey, won't you please come on home?" Well, here's the problem. They had a spat. They had a disagreement. She got mad and threw him out. So now she wants to make up for it by doing the cooking and paying the rent. I found that's a picture of how life tends to work. Not work very well, though. We mess up and we think we can gain or maintain favor and good relationships by things that we do. I would call those superficial intentions. Instead of dealing with the real issues, we think doing something for God or for other people will solve the problem and we'll be okay. So we promise to do good. But grace intentions are very different. They're not promises to God. They're not even promises to your spouse or your kids or even to yourself. You and I cannot bring about things that we promise in our own power. We just can't do it. And so what we do, though, is we find easy things that we can sort of do, and we think that'll make up for it. We can't do the things that will really make a difference in our life in our own power. no matter how many promises we make. But Christ, who lives in us, who is all-powerful, who wants to live as us, can do what we intend and will do what we intend as long as it lines up with his intention. For example, we might intend to rob a bank. Well, we can do that, but it won't be Christ helping us to do that because that's not his intention. We may intend to love our spouse unconditionally 100% of the time. Even though we don't have the power to do that, Christ does, and that intention lines up with his intention. The intentions I'm going to talk about in the days to come are things that I believe Christ does intend for us and things that will bring about the best experience of life for us. Experiencing and enjoying the amazing grace life, supernatural life, abundant life that God has already given us. Now, when we don't do these things that we intend, there's no condemnation from God. There's no shame. There's no punishment. When we do them, though, we do experience the abundant life that he's already given us. We enjoy participating in the Trinity's divine supernatural dance. How about that for a dance band? Dance of grace, which is their unconditional love and manifesting his joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness and mercy and compassion and so much more, always in the power of the Holy Spirit. So, starting next week, we're going to start a number of days with one each week. We're going to call it the best of intentions. And the first week, our intentions are going to come from 1 John chapter 4, verses 16 to 19. You can read that in advance and get a head start. I hope you intend to do that. I do. See you then.